Alright, I'm going to try something a little different than just betting for a chop or betting whatever. We're going to actually try to increase our money as we're going along, but then put our investment money back in front of us. So we're still buying in with whatever, 10 units of 1,000, 10 units of 100 for 1,000, whatever your buy-in is. Have 40 units, have 4 separate buy-ins of 10. Try not to have to buy in with more than your first buy-in of 10, and you're doing pretty good if you are. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to see. Look at this, not only tying the first 3 hands, we're seeing a lot of ties in the first hand, which is fucking crazy. I really want to start betting for it. It's happening a lot. Anyway, I'm going to get the traffic light pattern now, right? Sure did. Right? One of each, right? Traffic light, just a weird looking traffic light. Anyway, we're going to try something here. Try for the chop. Probably should have burned 1 extra hand to test first, but I'll flat bet it. How's that? Oh, not good, I guess. At least I didn't do it 1-2. Player 1 again. Interesting. Alright, we'll poke 1 out there again for the run. And stop cold. 10-1. Awesome. Alright, I'm going to burn a hand, see if the player come on back. It does not. Tied again. Is that a 5th hand tie? No. Alright, we're close. Okay. I'm going to bet that bank won't go 3. Still down 2 units, though. I'm going to burn a hand, see if the seconds are in play, and they are not. It's another tie. Okay, got to burn a hand. It's probably player, though. Sure is. Player after natural tie. And the seconds are now in play with the side look at bank never going 3. Another tie, gee. Alright, another tie. What's going on right now? That's 5 ties already. There's more ties than bankers 15 hands in already. Like, what's going on? Alright. May in fact be a player shoe. Right? Damn. If you're betting on bank and a shoe like this, no. No. Well, I'm gonna bet for player and see if we catch another one here. We got bastard. I'm gonna get 1-1-1 here on the loss, aren't I? Because we know this ain't gonna go second bank. Right? Ugh, I feel like such a sucker doing this. But I won. Beat that 7, right? Okay, so the seconds are in play. We're still down 2 units. I'm trying to get this to the positive before I get creative, but I will probably try to start it when we get a second player opportunity bet here, which is right now. So what we're going to do, I just won 100 there, right? I'm going to keep half of what I just put out there. And I'm going to put the other 2 of that $50 on top of this bet. So the 100 on the bottom is what we just won in the last hand. 2 green chips are part of our actual money that we had in play from the prior hand. So if we lose, this whole investment only costs us $50. We didn't give the whole 100 back, right? Because we still have $50. Of our money, I suppose, yes, we did give the 100 back, right? But as far as our investment, we're not parlaying this from a 1 to a 2. We're doing 1.5, right? So let's just see if it works. Not this time. So I'm going to float the other 2 green chips for the second. And if I get that, I got my unit back and whatever. And I lost. It's going to happen. So that event is over. We're back to $100 chips again. And we're going to burn for the chop. Natural tie. You know, it's going to be player again. Nope. Guess not. So we're going to bet player here. It's the first second. I don't know. It is. So if we get this, it's a 5 chop run. And then we can do something creative. Did not win though. This time I'm going to bet 2. Because banker has not gone 3. Okay, great. I'm going to try to bide our time here a moment until we get a reason to parlay. There's no reason right now. I'm going to jump back on the chop for one hand. We win. I'm going to burn another hand. Remembering that play was probably a good play there since bank's not coming down at all, but that's okay. Now we're going to bet bank again. And we win. I wouldn't be surprised if it was another player here, but we're going to burn a hand. And it is. Of course it is. I'm going to bet banker. And I lose. So now I got to bet one. I'm not going to bet two. I'm not going to bet a 2-unit bet when I feel like one side or the other is the strong side. And in this case, player is definitely the stronger side. It's 1.5 to 1 player still on the strength of those 2 early runs. So I'm just going to flat bet it for now. And that's why. Player's too strong. So, gotta burn a hand. We don't play with the 3s. Banker chopped it. Gotta burn another one. Perfect. Now we'll put 2 out there that we waited after we lost 1. We're going to now try for the 2-unit bet here on player because it has not gone 3 bank, and it could. A tie again. Another tie, really. Oh my god, right? There's literally 8 ties and we're only 36 hands in. Like, we're on pace for 16 ties at least. Crazy shit. Well, that's a tie enabler, that's for sure. Well, we gotta do this again. We win. So there you go. We're back to even, minus $15 commission. So now we gotta burn a hand. Tie again. Dude, it's crazy. Look at that top box. I don't put a whole lot of credence into this top box, but man. 5th hand tie I'd like to play for only won 1 time. 4th tie of the shoe. That's okay though. Glad I didn't get involved with all that then. Anyway, that's another story, another time. So, it just tied again, dude. It just tied again. 4 of the last 5 hands were tie. It's crazy. This is not very helpful for the video either. It's delayed. Dude, what the fuck? It's 5 out of 6 hands were tie. That was a 5th hand tie now. It was 5 hands later. The next one would be 2. Might as well get... Good grief. Show me another tie. I won't be surprised. Okay, banker. Okay, so... The only thing more surprising than this tie shoe were the Girl Scout cookies I just opened, and literally, these peanut butter patties are the size of a silver dollar. Like, what are they doing? Do we really gotta disparage Girl Scout cookies and make them this small? Like, the whole package is the size of a Matchbox car. It's friggin' terrible. I'm exaggerating, but I'm just saying. They're very small now. I'm very disappointed. So, anyway... Since we dodged all those ties, I guess I'll bet against the weak side for 2 hands here. We lost. I tried 2 on it. I'm going to blame the Girl Scout cookies on that one. It distracted me. So, we'll see if it goes 4. It did. So now we got to bet the run. Another tie. Of course it is. Well, that couldn't tie though, right? Of course not. A little bit of a rough go, huh? I think Uncle Nostra can fix this one. Let's see. We're going to be patient, guys. There's nothing to bet for right now. Nothing. Still nothing. The 2 2s aren't going 3 across. Except way at the beginning. That ended cold. We don't have a 2-2 pattern. We don't have anything running. We don't have anything chopping. You know what is working? If you're doing your homework right now, what worked 100% this whole shoot? I know you see it. Okay, it's the 3-4. The 3-4 has never failed you on a 1-2 effort. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 5 occurrences of 3 that never went 5. So if you were betting that on a 1-2, you'd be 100%. And forget this noise. You'd be up 5. Going away. Never, ever stressing. Except for 4 of those 5, you'd be betting against the strong side, but whatever. It would have worked, right? Just like pointing that out when I see it. Maybe the shoe will never go 5. But, it's like I say, oh, we got 3. We have 3 on the second, and 5 out of 6. That's something we can work with. Potentially. It doesn't mean it's going to work. I thought we were going to get a natural player there to work with, but alas, no. And Banker's coming down. So, is this the one that goes to the Brad special? Let's find out. I'm going to bet for the Brad. We're going to try to get this to the 5. Dude, there's 13 ties. There's still like 25 hands left in the shoe. This is bonkers. I mean, at least, right? That would only be 78 hands. I don't know what my record number of ties is offhand, but it's at least 15. This could go well over 17 the way it's going. It's just insane. And the pacing it's on is just insane. So we got to bet for the run here. We win. Okay. We're going to hope that the Brad special doesn't bite us in the ass, because that's 9 out of 12 on the bank right now. Here, I'm going to double up the unit. This isn't going to be the mitigated parlay video anymore either, because it's just nothing consistent here, and we lost anyway. So, fuck. I don't know. I just wasted the parlay there. I essentially lost a unit there, not 3. I lost 1 unit that I parlayed into 2, and it lost. So, motherfucker. I'm just gonna do 1 here. Scared bitch syndrome's a real thing. I've been afflicted with it for at least 6 years. And, you know, it's still going strong. So I'm going to burn a hand here. I'm going to hope that it's a banker. Okay, so we're going to try to end this affliction. And we're going to mitigate it, parlay this. We're going to keep 50 of our initial investment, put the $100 takeout with the other half of our initial investment of $150. And we're going to hope this hits, and that will then become $300, which will be lovely. Still won't get us all the way back because it's only going to be 150 take, but let's see. Please let this video matter. Thank you. Now we have decimal points. Yuck. But you get the idea. So, now we got to burn a hand. We're hoping we get another player. Awesome. Another natural. Perfect. So, we're going to now pull the other $50 back, which means we just won 300. If we pulled 50 off of that, it would be 250. And if this works, well, fucking lovely. We'll be all the way back. If it doesn't, probably have to just bet the base $100 unit on the banker. But hopefully we get this right here. No problem. Natural, and it's a tie again. Of course it's a fucking tie again. Why wouldn't it be? Our phones listen to us, bro. They fucking damn sure do. Repeat the bets. And this time, don't be a piece of shit. And we get it. Well, okay. I was about to be very upset. Okay, so we're basically back to even, minus commission. Lovely. And sure, we parlayed, but we pulled a piece off it twice in a row, so we really weren't even having our money out there at that point, right? We had 100 that we started it with. We pulled 50 off, right? And then the second time, we did it again, but we pulled the other 50 off. Otherwise, that second bet would have been, a third bet, rather, would have been 300. Instead, it was only 250. So I pulled the 50 off both times of my money. And then all that exchange, the 250 that became 500, was all the casinos. I didn't have my money in there. So now we're just going to repeat this process from the beginning and just put 1 chip out there. And if this works, great. I'll probably just flat bet it from here. I don't have to be that selfish to think I'm going to get 1,000,000 seconds in a row. But if I do, I'm going to take 100 every time. I got it. So I could have parlayed it again. And you know, you can if you want to. But you'll give the whole friggin' stack away if you do. I mean, you just made 500, now 600 off of this run. Or otherwise, you would have only made 100 at a time. You might have only made 400, you know. Instead, we made an extra 200. And we played safe by pulling part of our initial investment back. So now we're just waiting. Wait for a color change and bet in a second. Can't do nothing with that. It's 3 in a row again. I know you couldn't quite see that. Sorry. Now it's 4. So here, it's a side bet for the run. Banker's proven it can go 5. I'll put 1 unit out there to test fire. And we beat that 8 with a 9. It's Brad's special time. Does Brad defeat us again with his run of 5? Sorry about that. Fuck yeah. So I'm going to bet this again. I'm not going to parlay this. I'm just going to flat bet it till it loses. I should have parlayed it. Especially if this goes long bank. I'll be really mad I didn't do it. Oh well. We're up, by the way. We got a daily now. We got 4 units minus commission. Fuck. Right. So I was just going to flat bet it. And I lost. Of course I did. So now I got to bet the second. This is where we could, you know, when a run ends, what do I say? When the long run ends on a second pattern, I'm always worried it's going to go right back to the new dominancy, right? I'm very terrified this is going to go right back to bank. What was the score? Natural? All right. Maybe we get a double natural out of this. I don't know. We did. Okay, good. But that didn't have to happen, right? But now that it did, you know, we're back to our 4 unit take minus commission. So, not bad. Not bad considering the way the shoe's gone, not bad. And it's quite indicative of the fact we caught these seconds, right, on a parlay. But, and then we got a few in the run. That didn't hurt either. This number would have been a lot higher if we would have parlayed that run, but stands to reason how much would we have left on it when we got down to the 7th one, right? I don't know. I don't know. I'm of the opinion if you're able to get a few in a row on a parlay or a mitigated parlay, you should probably just start the process over again somewhere rather than risk giving the whole pile back, right? Obviously, it could right-hand turn all the way over to here, but, you know, for now, we're just going to bet that the banker is going to hit the second. And I'm right again. I mean, I'm not going to bet against it, right? That's as good as a run right there. I'm not going to bet against that. That's silly. I'm not going to bet for the thirds, though. No, I am not. It would have worked, though. Maybe it's going to make the U, huh? No, it ain't. Okay, so we dodged those 2 hands. Or that, yeah, those 2 hands, the third bank and the player. We weren't involved in that. That allows us to write off a unit, I guess, because it's going to lose eventually. And I might be of the opinion, if it goes banker here, to just test it. So it did. You could do one of 2 things here now, right? First of all, you're still up 4 units minus commission. If you lose this next one, you're going to be just under 3 units because of the commission. But banker is dominating right now. And the seconds haven't missed yet, whereas the player just did twice out of all these, right? See that? Where the TiE is on it, and then the one over here. The banker is presently clipping them 6 in a row, going on 7. Want to see how lucky the number 7 is? Let's see. But, you know, to do this, you're basically saying you're willing to give up 2 units, and you tied. I no longer want this hand. I don't like playing that game when it's a natural tie. I'm going to burn this hand, and if it's a second bank, so be it. See what I mean? Natural ties are dirty. Player got that natural again. I'm glad I stayed out of that. It's just, there's things that I see that happen more than they don't, right? And that's one of them. Brad's 5 that chops are natural ties that somehow find a way to stay player, natural or otherwise, it stays player. So we have a new situation, and frankly, we're basically done with the shoe. I'm not making any more bets. It's hand 78. Chop notwithstanding, this wasn't a choppy shoe anyway. I'm not going to worry how the shoe finishes. I just want to see if we get over 15 ties, right? Let's see how many ties the shoe ends with. Oh, look at that, second player. I would be on banker here if I was betting, but I'm not going to. And I would have won 4-0, 7/0, 4-1. That's okay. We'd be burning this hand. And banker would have won again. My next bet would have been on player. Let's see what would have happened. I would have won again in the same way, 7/0, 4-1. Oh well. I could have been at 547, or what would have quantified 6 units, or a double daily. I'm calling it out. It's no bullshit, right? So here I burn a hand. Because now we have 2 seconds next to each other. And now we have 3. So now I'd be on bank. Come on, show me another tie. I want to see another tie. Right? Okay, so it came down. So I would have lost one. I would have won 2 more and I would have gave one back. I would have been at 447.50. Right? So whatever. This is about to end the shoe. We're at hand 84 and we have at least 2 hands left, which means we have potential to get a tie here in the next 2 hands. Okay, so it wasn't this hand. It did go 4. Normally this would have been a call for the player to go 5, but look at player never went past 4. It went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times where it went 3, and 6 times where it went 3 at least, and didn't go past 4 unless it goes player on this very next hand, the last hand as it were. Let's see. Fucking tie. Last hand tie. Of course, on a tie shoe, you get a last hand tie. So that means there were 16 ties that shoe. Think about that. They pay 8-1. Oh, God, I don't even want to tell you. Do I tell them? Like, 16 times? 8 times 6. We're going to do real math. We're not doing this Common Core bullshit, okay? 8 times 6 is 48. Carry the 4. That's what we do in my day. Okay, we carry the motherfucking 4 over the 1. You multiply the 8 times the 1 and add the 4. It's 12. That would have been 128 motherfucking units that you would have won just off the ties, betting the tie for the entire shoe. Now you'd have to write off the ones you lost. There were 86 hands in the shoe, so you'd have to write off 70 hands that you lost. So you subtract that 70 from the 128 that you won 58 units. Bro, what if you were betting 100 on the tie the whole time? You would have made like $6,000 almost just off the tie, right? Fucked up. But that ain't gonna happen. But I felt the need to discuss it, and I can't show the scoreboard anymore, but you saw what it looked like up there. Bananas. That's what gets the hook in the mouth on tie players, though, man. You get a shoe like that, it makes it a whole day. Shit, that make your whole week. Fuck. You don't even have to bet the tie the rest of the week. You can do that. But there's no way to know. But damn, that was a lot right off the rip. First 4 columns, there were tons of ties right there. I think in the first 4 columns alone, we had 13 ties right there, straight up by itself. I might have exaggerated that. No, we had 16. It was a lot, okay. It was at least like 6, 7, or 8. And then we got the other 8 throughout the shoe. We know we ended on 16 ties. That's my point. It's a lot of ties. All right, that's 24 minutes. I don't know what the fuck the title of this video, except it was just crazy ties. And we found a way to win. We got out with our daily. That's all we're trying to do, is get that every day. And when those 3 units are worth more than $100, it's going to be a lot more meaningful than $347 and change, right? But get the little stuff first. All right.